Okay, so you've got your course description all entered, and now it's time to enter your learning habits. This is probably the longest process in your semester report card entry. So bear with me. I'm going to take you through this step by step to get it done correctly. So what we're going to do first is head over to PowerTeacher Pro. So you can follow my mouse. I'm clicking on my PowerTeacher Pro environment, and I'm going over into PowerTeacher Pro. In order to create learning habit entries, we do have to enter a new assignment. This is done different than how we did it before at the mid-semester touch point. So this is a different process. Just be aware of that. First thing that we're going to do is to create a new assignment. So if you follow my mouse, I'm simply going to click on Create and click Assignment. We are going to do some entry on 3 of these 4 tabs. So we'll start with Assignment. You can apply this to all of your classes at the same time. Just be careful if you do click on other classes that you exclude any home base or any grade 9 supervised study from your class entry. But this is a one-time shot. You can do it for all your classes at the same time. Okay, I'm just going to kind of click away. Your new assignment name. This must be exactly as I have entered it here. It's also typed out in the written instructions that I've given to you all. So it must be done exactly. And it is like this. Learning, capital L, space, habits, with an S, capital S1, no space afterwards. It's truly that specific for the back end when they pull this assignment to print it on the report cards. So capital L, learning habits, capital H, habits, space, capital S1, and then finished. For the category, you will have a new category pushed out to you called report card, and you're going to click on that. You can leave points the same, you can leave 10 the same, you can leave count and final grade the same. The only thing is your due date must be at some point in the first semester. I believe that these are due on December 21st, so I'm simply going to enter that in this case for my date. As long as it's somewhere in the first semester, we're fine. Okay. I'm going to now go to the Standards tab, so I'm skipping Students, nothing to do there. I'm going to go to the Standards tab. Under Add and Edit Standards, you should see a list of standards here, and you're simply going to click the 3 that apply to the learning habits. So we have 3 learning habit standards. The actual filter number here is going to be something different than what I see here. This has not been pushed out yet, but it'll say PRST there, and I'll be more specific with you in our learning sessions together. Those should be pushed out by then. Okay. Third tab is the Publish tab. You do have to make a change here. Rather than immediately, which is the default, you're going to click there and choose Never. All right. It does give me a little bit of a warning message, but I'm simply going to ignore that message. Okay. Slightly off the screen, you can see your Save button. It's important that I click on the Save button. Okay. So that's been saved. This assignment creation window does not close by default. So to go on to the next step, I am going to close down this window. Right. So I am in the assignments view. You can see where I'm moving my mouse around right now. I do want to enter this Learning Habits S1 assignment to actually enter marks. Okay. So, and I think this is the one I just created actually because I entered a due date of 21st, but I'm going to enter that assignment. When you are in this assignment, you will see a screen that looks like this, where you have a score column for the assignment, and then you have the 3 standards columns for each of those standards. You have to do a touch point in each of these 4 columns to complete this. All right? For the learning habits, you are assessing on the learning habit scale that you know. So I'm simply going to click in that cell. When I click, this right-hand window pops open where I have the option to enter one of the 4 standards assessment touch points that we have. Exceed standard, at standard. I can't remember what those 2 are. Sorry about that, but you get the idea. Okay, so you're gonna put the grade for that learning habit. Same for this one, and same for our 3rd one. Not sure what each one of these are. By simply looking at them, it does tell you right there as you have it clicked on. So I'm in that cell. I'm assessing Sophia's learning drive. When I was in this cell, her self-management, And when I was in this cell, her interpersonal skills, according to what it says right there. As soon as you have entered all 3 marks for this student, you are going to click in that score box, and you do have to mark that it is completed or collected. So you do have to put a green check mark in that box. And then you're going to go on to do that for each of the students in this class. I can scroll down and see I've got to do that for each of the 18 students that I have in this class. Once you're done with that class, you can then switch to a next group. Gotta save, sorry about that. And now I'm in my learning habits assignment for another class. I've got my 3 learning habits as well as the grade column. For each of these learning habits, I'm going to give an assessment point. And then once I've entered all 3 of them, I am going to mark that as collected or complete. Okay? When you're done with all of that, of course, make sure that you're saving as you go. The save button is just slightly off my video screen. It's right down here in this bottom right corner, so you are going to save. That is how you enter your learning habits. Again, just a quick recap. You do create a new assignment. Follow each of those steps for creating the new assignment. Once the new assignment is created, you have to enter a learning habit score for each of the 3 learning habits and mark the assignment complete for every student. Okay? That's it on that one.